Do you struggle with socializing? Do you feel that you're the only person in the room that's socially awkward, timid, or shy? Whether you're with your family, extended family, friends even, coworkers in the professional world, but also in the personal world. Do you have a constant fear of who to talk to or when you should speak during social interactions? If any of these things ring a bell to you, then this is the video for you. As in this video, I'm going to discuss 3 points in how you can become someone that goes from being a timid and shy person while socializing to speaking with confidence. And this could be for anybody, whether you're an ambivert, introvert, extrovert, whatever. I believe you can find value in this video. So if you're new here, welcome to the Milan Sharma Show, a show that discusses a variety of subjects through the lens of civil discourse. I'm your host, Milan, and I'm going to describe to you 3 points that I've learned that has helped me and I believe will help you as well in developing your social skills so that you can go from being timid to being a confident speaker. So let's start with number 1 here. Find something that you shine in and get recognition for. So if you find something that you're passionate in that drives you, whether that's in a club or a sport, it's going to force you to be around people that are in the same niche as you, and it will cause you to have meetings with them and socialize with them organically. So what does this do? So for me, in high school, I was a very timid person, a very shy person. And this rings true for me in a personal note. And this is how I found this point of view. So in high school, I was a shy and timid person. And I put myself in athletics through competitive swimming and track. And with my talent being elevated at such a high level and performing at such a high level, what came with that was lots of people wanting to communicate with me, wanting to speak with me, be around me, invite me to pasta dinners, invite me to social gatherings. And it forced me to be uncomfortable with learning the social skills, learning the social game, learning which types of people to communicate with, how to communicate with certain types of people. And it put me in a position where I needed to learn how to spark certain people in one way while other people have different interests, and I had to communicate with them. So if you find yourself feeling like you're socially awkward at times, put yourself in a position where you thrive first. So it doesn't have to be sports for you. If it's a certain club or a hobby, whether it's art, whether it's music, reading, a book club, anything that you find that you believe that you're passionate in, that you think you may believe, oh, that's nerdy, not many people like it. Trust me, you'll be surprised at how many people actually like the hobbies that you like. And when you find common ground with other people, you're going to come together as a community and form social circles where you will learn to develop key communication skills with people that you have common interests in. And once you have common interests with those people that you communicate with, your horizons will broaden with other people in your life. And you'll be able to develop other connections as well, whether that's through networking, businesses, etc. So that's number 1. Number 2, read communication books. If you feel like that you're lost in the social game at times, and if you're a young person or an older person, it doesn't matter. Everyone can always learn more. And I recommend you 3 books to look into. That has really helped me a lot. Number 1 is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This book I just did a video segment on. You can check out my YouTube channel. Basically just shows how it explains different concepts with how to communicate with others. Number 2, Crucial Conversations. This talks about how the key concept of how a participant must feel safe in order to communicate effectively through conflict with another person. So if there's no trust, if there's no comfort or a safety net within 2 people in a conversation, one person is not going to feel comfortable opening up to you with a conflict in mind. So the important thing is you need to develop a high worth of safety with the other person you're communicating with in order for them to be open with you and to converse. But you can learn all that and more in that book specifically, which I highly recommend. So that's number 2. The 3rd book, How Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book was recommended to me by a friend in high school, and it's helped me dramatically with basic social cues and socializing that I believe will help you in the long run. Number 3, my third point and my last point in developing social skills: take risks. Put yourself out there. When you feel a hesitancy, when you feel hesitant to do something and you feel a resistance, like, oh, I don't feel like doing this, or I'm out of my element, that's when you should take that risk and you should go for it. And whatever you're thinking, you know, whatever things come to mind, that social gathering that you missed out on, that you decide not to contact that friend when you were free one weekend, or that call you kind of decide, I don't want to meet up with them anymore, I don't want to talk to that person, even though you had the opportunity to do so. Take advantage of these opportunities, because you do not know when that opportunity will come again. As you get older, this is something I've learned. I'm 23 years old right now. As you get older in life, you're going to lose more friends and even family sometimes. You're going to lose more of them, lose contact with a lot of them as you get older, because your time becomes more finite. Your time is going to be consumed with your own hobby, with work, with managing expenses, managing a work-life balance. And the more responsibilities you have as you get older, whether that's potentially marriage or even having a partner and communicating with them, you're going to have less time with others. And I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. That's just how life is when you get older. So when opportunities come, take advantage of those opportunities, whether those are alumni events, whether that's anything like that. Take advantage of them, and that way you will learn through exposure how to communicate in a masterful manner. So to recap what I stated, first I said find something that you shine in and get recognition for. When you shine in something and get recognition for it, other people are going to introduce you to different types of people, and that way there's a collaboration there that you don't have to set up. Someone else is setting up that collaboration for you. So for example, if let's say your name is Alex, and Ben is a fellow tennis player with you. Ben is going to show you Alex to Carter and my names are getting screwed up. So if your name's Alex, Ben's going to introduce you to Jen and Nick, because you guys are all in the same social milieu. You guys are all in that same category of common interests. So when you're passionate about something and you want to be there, you want to perform at a high level, whether that's in a certain academic club, speaking, debate club, dance, sports, music, art, etc., books, etc., you're going to have people introduce each other to you in different groups, and that way you will learn organically how to socialize with certain types of people. Number 2, read communication books. Now I stated 3 books: 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Crucial Conversations, and How to Win Friends and Influence People. Obviously there's hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of books out there to read that may suit your interests better. These are 3 books that personally helped me in my life that I recommend to you to look into. And number 3, take risks. Put yourself out there. If you're in school right now and there are social events that your university or your high school are introducing yourself to, put yourself out there and put yourself in those situations to meet different people, meet new people. Whether you think these events are corny, they're silly, put that aside. That's your ego talking to you, and think to yourself, not is this benefiting me, but how is this experience? How can I take advantage of this experience, of this opportunity, whether or not it suits your taste? Don't be so selfish and so egotistical in examining all the intimate details of the events, but rather how can you make the most of a certain opportunity that comes about. So think about that as well. So these are my three tips on the subject of developing social skills. Again, I'm your host, Milan. If you enjoy this topic and this video segment, please subscribe to the channel below, comment, like, And you can listen to this episode on your favorite podcast platform in the link below. Thank you very much for listening and watching.